What motivates you? Uh, this one was really heavy. This was hard to answer because I've struggled so long with feeling motivated and self motivation. I always coasted off like being, I guess, good at certain shit when I was growing up and everything, being a smart kid or being talented at things that I never really pushed myself to have a reason to be good at shit. So after a while, when the satisfaction of just being talented or just being good started to waver, like all the success started to just flounder. And so I guess a couple years ago I started to really become motivated by the pursuit of like making people's lives better, specifically like people around me. I always felt like my success would be the key to making things better for my family. Um, and so I, for a long time, that weighed me down actually. And then only just like a year and a half ago or so, like is when I really started. It clicked for me, and I've started to use that as a driving factor behind like what I do to be like, I want to make sure I can do this for my mom. I want to make sure I can do this for my brothers and sisters or my nieces and nephews or cousins and everything. So that's been a thing that motivates me now. And then the other ways like making people, I guess just in general wanting to make, I want to use what I do to make people's lives better. Like I just feel like if I could take the talent I have and use the time I have here properly to like make the world a little bit better than when I came in it, I guess. I don't know. So I guess the second question kind of ties into that. When you're down, what do you do to uplift yourself? So I often will go back to like old messages or conversations that I've had with friends that were like powerful conversations or things um like for example, even times where like I will write a story about an artist or I'll write this article or anything like that, and artists will express their gratitude or express how much they appreciated me writing about them. And uh, one example is like this artist named Quinn Riley. She's a poet. She wrote a book after I had did an article about her. She put out this book like a few months after I did an article about her for the Chicago Reader, and like she signed the copy for me. She wrote a note and it said, "Dear Matt, at the time that you wrote that Chicago Reader article about me, I was in a tough spot. Recently losing my son, David Quentin, recently single, and trying to love myself again. Thank you for giving me a reason to believe in myself again. Thank you for your support. I truly hope you know just how amazing you are." So reading shit like that really like whenever I'm down, that shit really lifts me up because it makes me realize that like this isn't just for nothing. This is not just for this is making the difference. This is making somebody else's life better. Uh, and another thing I do is like really random, but I like to give like just give people compliments. Like whenever I start feeling like shitty or like bad or I don't know whatever, like I started, and this is something I started doing like last year. Really, I like last summer I'd say when I just started like giving people compliments. Like I would stop, cause when you like walking around and you like see somebody with like I don't know a nice fit on or like their hair is really nice or I don't know all that type of shit. Like instead of like just keeping it in my head, I decided that I would just like if I had the opportunity to, of course, like I would say something to them and tell them that like I, I like your hair is really nice, or you have great eyes, or I like the fit you threw on today, all that shit. So doing that type of stuff really because I mean, being able to give somebody else positive energy and then like being able to receive it back, I guess, is like it's energizing. It makes me feel better about things, I guess. And so I feel like I've been doing this a while. I don't want to be too long, but the third question was something you thought would break you but made you stronger. Uh, so this one is like I don't know, it seems pretty trivial, but like last year, it was like a really pivotal moment for me. Last year I was up in Chicago. I had come to the city to start my internship at the Chicago Reader, and like things were going well, and then almost like I don't know, a couple weeks in, maybe like three weeks in or something, I ended up breaking up with my girlfriend, and like right after that, I ended up like we went to I went to a thing out in Indiana or something. It was for Khalil's birthday, and I lost my phone there. And this phone, like I was broke, dead broke at the time, like $0, 0 cents. So I didn't have money to get a phone. I didn't have money to like go back there or anything. I didn't have like uh, I was just gonna be shit out of luck, and I was like really pressed about it when it happened because I knew all those things came to mind. The fact that I was just like gonna be fucked up for real without that phone, and it was a destroyed phone too. Was the issue? It was like completely demolished. I couldn't do anything but answer calls on it. That was literally all I could do. I couldn't move. I couldn't unlock it or anything. I just would like speak into it when it started ringing, and it would and answer the call, and that was all I needed it to do really. And I lost it there, and I was like, I kind of just I was super upset about it. And then on the way home from there, I was riding back to Lisa Gomez's crib. She was we were that's where I was staying last summer, and we were just in the car, and like I was thinking about it, and like man, like how trash that felt that it was gonna be gone. And then after a while, I don't know what it was. We just started talking. We were talking about a bunch of other different things, and then like I stopped thinking about it. I guess after a while, it just wasn't in my mind anymore, and I started to realize like sometimes like we put too much value in things, even if they're things that are useful to us, even if they're things that like matter to us. Like it clicked for me then that like things are just things. Like a phone is just a thing, and so as bad as it felt that I didn't have it anymore, it was just like when that clicked for me, I think that was when everything took a positive turn. Really, like I was able to start really realizing how important it is to just give positive energy and how much you get back from that. Because after that, I was just like, man, it's whatever. Like I'll be fine without that phone. I'll be good. And then I didn't even expect it to happen, but Jessie ended up going all the way back there to Indiana, or whatever, to grab the phone after she had said she wouldn't be able to do it. And I was like, I had accepted that, but yeah, she ended up going back there and just grabbing it and like telling me that she went and got it. And so yeah, and it was kind of amazing how like after I let go of the fact that this was something that I was letting bear on me so heavily, after I let go of it, that things started to fall into place for me. So I guess that's kind of my philosophy for ever now, just to be positive and just try my best to be positive myself, and just hope that in some way that somebody else feels the energy that I'm giving off, and is able to, whether it be reciprocated to me or pass it on to somebody else. So yeah, love you.
Okay, so the first question is, what motivates me? I'm gonna say I motivate myself, my friends do, and so does my family. But most importantly, I motivate myself. I gotta keep doing what I'm doing, keep pushing, keep just my head up and stuff. Second question, what was the second question? Oh yeah, what do you do when you feel down? So what I do is I just talk to a friend, talk to my boyfriend, my parents, maybe, text somebody, talk to someone. Don't just let whatever you're feeling just, take over or whatever. Yeah.
Some things that motivate me is my drive and my will to be successful and to accomplish my goals. Some things that uplift me when I'm feeling down or depressed is my faith in Christ, going to church, praying, and knowing that God's going to make a way.
When I'm down, I listen to music. Music is food for the soul. Oh my God. Definitely a huge help. I'm a huge bookworm. I will definitely pick up a book in a heartbeat. If I'm stressed out, if I'm tired, if I'm angry, upset, getting lost in so many different worlds and stories is definitely my go-to.
What motivates me is the thought of my future. Yeah. I am excited for what I want to do in my future, which is become a special education teacher. And it's interesting and amazing to me, and it's something that keeps me going because it's who I am wanting to be and want to be a part of. So the thought of being a successful teacher who helps embrace people and impact their lives and their future is what motivates me. A lot of my teachers really pushed me into going to education, and so they were so good, so that what challenged me to be better.
So the second question is, what do I do when I'm down to uplift myself? One thing that I do is I pray. Well, actually, the first thing I do, I pray. And I just pray and I release all my struggles and my problems and my stress onto the Lord. And then after I pray, I remind myself of my values. I remind myself of my worth. And I remind myself what I mean to the people around me. That kind of helps me realize that I'm here for a purpose.
Hello, Randallin here. There's a lot in life that motivates me. Opportunities coming my way really motivates me and helps me grow as a person. Personal growth is very important to me. I try to live my life like every decision will and is going to benefit my future. I try to gear all of my choices towards my future. I think about it, is this going to benefit me in the future? I try to think, how great my God is, and that's not only something that motivates me, but that's something that uplifts me when I'm down, when I'm having a really bad day. I just step aside, have a quick prayer, and that I know that I'm good. He's always got my back. I'm never worried. He's there for me and my family, who also is an amazing support system for me. Always there, always, always. I really, really enjoy, I'm in the service industry, and, it's ironic because not only am I serving these people, and every day I get to see and put smiles on their faces by giving them an experience, but at the same token, I feel like every day I live my life to serve the Lord, and I do these things for Him so that it's a better world. And it's funny that I'm a server double time. But the sunshine, the birds chirping, that is something that is irreplaceable. And that really, when I'm not feeling my best, it's so simple to go outside. You don't have to do anything. You can just sit there and soak it all in because it's beautiful.
What's something that you thought would break you but made you stronger?
Mama. These kids.
Seriously?
Yeah.
Yeah, that's pretty legit. What motivates you?
My family.
When you're down, what do you do to uplift yourself?
I work hard.
That's it?
Yeah, to take my mind off things.
My name is Kashayla Coleman. I'm 21 years old. My sister Kia asked me to do this video. Been asking me to do it for months, so I finally put the time aside to do so. So I did choose 2 out of the 3 questions to answer. Number 1 is what motivates me. What motivates me is 2 things here. Something that isn't physical is what motivates me is my trauma, the past things I've done in my life. It's really my foundation, and I look back to where I've been and to where I am now, and the change is phenomenal. So the past shit that I went through, that allows me to take at each day, day by day. And I can't speak for shit. That's why I did not want to do this video, because I be stuttering and shit, but my sister is persistent. But yeah, my past, it is my foundation. It does allow me to carry day by day slow, because I'm able to take a second and reflect and think about where I am, where I was, like the little girl that had all these self-hate issues. And I did have an issue. I still have issues expressing my emotion. Just that little 16-year-old girl who had self-hate issues because she did not like her skin color. I used to think about shit like that. And I look back like, damn, she'll be proud as hell as me, because I think I'm just a motherfucking thing now. So things like that, like, you know, the younger me, I would have been so proud of who I am today, because I actually was able to learn to love myself and to instill confidence into myself. And that was hard. When you hate yourself, your mind is just pessimistic. Everything is negative, but it did turn out for the best. Something physical that motivates me is my mother. She is an amazing woman, and I would not be where I am today without her. And I would like to give her the world, because she deserves it. Everybody, majority of people in her life, they've torn her down. So I just want to be the person to give her the world, to provide that for her, because that's something that she has always deserved. And because throughout my 21 years of living, that's something that she's always given me, even when she didn't have the means to. So that's that, number one. Number two, what's something that was supposed to break you, but really only made you stronger? So it actually did break me, but I'm still here. So I was broken, but I risen from it. But it's my abusive relationship. I got into that when I was 18. I was a young woman. I was oblivious. There's not much that I knew. I was one of those people who was like, you know, I'll never let a man put his hands on me. I don't see how you do that. Just fight back. But hey, when they say that you never know what the fuck is going on to you in somebody's shoes, that's most definitely true. Because my world was definitely turned 360, but it did break me. Not only physically, but mentally. I was gone. There's been over a dozen terrible times with weapons involved that I kept going back, even though I knew it was wrong. But mentally, you know, I was just bonded to my abuser. And that happens a lot, you know, trauma bonding. That's what makes it hard for victims to come out of this abusive relationship. So that's something people do not understand. But that's something that was supposed to break me. A lot of people thought that it would have, but it didn't make me stronger. Like, the reason why I am today the way I am is because of that relationship. And as much as traumatic as that was, and how I literally almost lost my life, I'm very thankful that it did happen, because I was able to really take a step back and to analyze, you know, how did I get myself into the situation? Just to analyze like actions I took in that relationship. Like, it just shifted a lot of things. So slowly but surely, I'm still healing from that, but slowly but surely, the woman I was before, you know, I was 18, I'm 21 now, I'm phenomenal now. And it is because of that. It is because somebody thought they had all the power in the world to control me.
What motivates me is trying to find my true self. Myself that I've hidden for the longest time. Something that I thought would bring me down and ruin me, destroy me, was codependency, reliance on others, and addiction. The more I find out about myself, the more beauty I see within myself, because emotions are not something we should react off of. Should react off what we truly believe in our gut, what we think is true. Something I do when I feel like that is being affected is poetry. Poetry, meditation, and just grounding yourself when you feel those emotions, so you can really reflect on them and see the true beauty within yourself to bring yourself happiness, because we all deserve it.
What uplifts me when I'm down is listening to music, because like it's just the vibe, like whatever vibe I'm in. Or yeah, I listen to Jacquees mostly because he has just like all the feelings. He could sing really good, and that just makes me like happy, kind of. And yeah.
The number one thing that motivates me is my mom and my family. They've been my support system, so I have to do well to support those who have supported me. Something that lifts me up when I'm down is my music. My music has always been my gateway to understanding myself and being able to be myself. And something that I thought was gonna break me, but actually made me stronger, what I thought was going to break me is my ignorance to what's going on in the world, but I've had the opportunities to see different things, have different conversations with different people, and has made me want to do more social justice work and find my purpose to do social justice work.
So, the first question is, what motivates you? I would have to say what motivates me is my family, my mom, my grams, my sisters, my uncles, and my grandpa, and so many other people motivate me. When you're down, what do you do to uplift yourself? That's a really good question. When I'm down, I most likely, I know this sounds childish, but I actually watch SpongeBob. SpongeBob actually makes my day. Sometimes I watch SpongeBob or I watch Minions, because I remember one time I was so angry. I went on Netflix and I watched Minions, and that literally made my mood a lot better. Because like whenever I get angry, I try to think of the good things, not the bad things. Trying to think what else. But yeah, I watch SpongeBob. I always watch SpongeBob at like 8 o'clock or something. I always watch him whenever I'm in a bad mood. I just watch SpongeBob and he cracks me up. So, what's something you thought would break you but made you stronger? That's a great question. I work at a grocery store almost every day, and some customers come to me and they're rude. But what makes me stronger is sometimes I don't listen to them. Like, they say rude stuff to me all the time, and you know what I do? I ignore them. And I used to, everyone's gotten bullied before. I've gotten bullied before. What gets me stronger is, now that I think about it, I don't think about I don't think about their comments. I just move on, because you know who's stronger? Me, because I don't have to live with that. I don't have to like listen to that BS anymore. Like, I try to move on. And what makes me stronger is my mom. When I was a little kid, my mom would always be stronger. She's the strongest woman I know. She would make me feel stronger, because every day when I'm with her, I feel stronger. So, hope you guys enjoyed this video. I answered 3 questions, so thanks for letting me do this video. Bye.
Something that I thought would kill me but actually made me stronger, I would say, is heartbreak. That is a different level of pain. It is so much more than physical. It's a mental and emotional state that's just really, really hard to come back from, or at least I thought. They say time heals all wounds, which, you know, kind of is true, but sometimes it still leaves scars, and I think that's what people may struggle with at times. It's the scars that pain leaves behind, and trying to overcome those scars and the pain, or, you know, the ghost of the pain that you once experienced. That is a monumental thing, and I thought that type of pain would break me, but it did. It made me stronger, and I guess those scars are a reminder of that strength, and at times it could be a lifeline. You know, sometimes you don't want to remember that type of pain. You don't want to revisit those memories, but sometimes they are a great reminder of where you once were and where you are now, and kind of sharpen that insight as to where you're going. It wasn't until I had to endure the pain of heartbreak and bear those scars that it left behind that I just realized how strong I truly am, and how capable I am of overcoming things that I thought I could never overcome.
Okay, so question 1 is, what motivates me? And I guess what motivates me would be all the hardworking trans and gender non-conforming people and women in all that they're doing and all the struggles that they have to face every day and how they push through them to keep going no matter what happens.
Hey, Kia. This is my answer to question number 2. What motivates me when I'm down? What helps me get back on my feet and keep moving forward? Pretty much the main thing whenever I'm feeling down or I'm going through a tough time is remembering the highlights, just remembering all the good that I've done so far, how hard I work every single day to achieve my goals, and that pretty much does a really good job of reminding me that the time that I have spent on all of the things moving forward in my life so far has not been wasted. It does a good job of reminding me that I'm young and I still got so much more time to achieve so much more in my life moving forward. And it also helps reminding me that we may stumble sometimes, we may fall, but that doesn't ultimately mean that it's game over. That just means we got to put some more credits in, pick our feet up, and keep going. So those are 2 motivating factors for me whenever I'm feeling down, reminding myself that up until this point, I've done a lot of good, and I can't allow a trial or an obstacle or a plateau slow me down from moving forward and achieving even more in the future. Thanks.
Bye.
Have a nice day.
Have a nice